Chief Justice entered the second day with law professor Patricia Kameri Mbote appearing before the interviewing panel. Professor Mbote, who has spent over 3 decades in academia, was hard-pressed to explain her suitability for the post given her lack of experience as a practicing lawyer or judge. As Ben Chumba reports, the 58-year-old professor and senior counsel said she will leverage rather on her networks in the academia world to tackle the issues of underfunding of the Judicial Service Commission, which she claims has hindered training judicial staff.
What unique leadership qualities will you bring as a CJ if you are successful?
On Tuesday, law professor Patricia Kameri Mbote faced the Judicial Service Commission for vetting for the prestigious post of Chief Justice of Kenya.
You don't have that jurisprudential skills, but you are intellectual.
But as Professor Mbote will find out during the interview, securing the position will not be easy, as the 9-member panel put her on tight spot to explain how her over 30 years experience in the academia will be beneficial to the judiciary.
I would be able to be an intellectual leader. But beyond that, I am also a person who has extensive experience in leading diverse teams. The practice of law is not really just about going to court. I probably have a lot more practice of law and practice within the judiciary.
Given her lack of experience as practicing lawyer or judge, the commissioners were much interested to understand how the professor at the University of Nairobi School of Law intends to steer the country's top court and the judiciary as a whole if appointed as the next Chief Justice.
But I haven't worked in the judiciary, that is what you're saying. But I'm not going to be the first person that came into the Supreme Court that had not been in the judiciary. And I think if the others have learned, I can learn.
Professor Mbote was tasked to demonstrate how she intends to solve the 2/3 gender rule quagmire, increasing backlog of cases in courts, as well as the disobedience of court orders, especially by other arms of government.
I would have a process of even whistleblowers who then enable us to get people who are engaged in the vice. And I believe once you get one and you handle them firmly, then you will have removed the rotten egg, if you like.
The interview also scrutinized the professor's career journey, with the panelists seeking to know why she opted to start a competing law school at Strathmore University immediately after she failed to secure position of dean at the University of Nairobi.
I was young and restless then. I was in my 40s. I am now headed to 60.
Because if it was a business, you would have been fired on the spot.
Even in leaving, though I said I was restless, I was within my rights to leave. You can take unpaid leave.
Don't you think it was unethical? Don't you think it was not good to do that?
What I did was unusual. Starting competition was not usual. So, Chief Justice, I have become a lot more less restless.
I hear you.
Professor Mbote, who is the second of 10 candidates to be interviewed, was also hard-pressed to give her position on the Building Bridges Initiative document and whether her involvement in the process would affect her position as Chief Justice.
I did not write this document. I have engaged in the BBI in looking at how it affects certain constitutional provisions as a scholar. And I am currently advising Parliament on the proposed amendment.
On Wednesday, Lady Justice Martha Koome, who is currently serving in the Court of Appeal in Nairobi, will face the panel chaired by Professor Olive Mugenda. Ben Chumba, reporting for Channel 1 News.